Well, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. It is Wednesday, September 18th, 2019, and we are here to answer your cord cutting related questions for about the next hour. If you're watching this on replay, make sure to join us every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube, where we answer your questions, talk all things cord cutting, break down some of the news of the day. So feel free to join us every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to quickly share this on social media because it always takes a few minutes for everybody to get the notification and start rolling in. And as we do that, just want to say a huge thank you. This is the first Q&A since we hit 100,000 subscribers. So thank you to everybody who has subscribed. We've seen a huge amount of growth recently. Very humbling. Huge thank you to everybody for your support. I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you. Hopefully we'll continue to get better every single day. We got big plans. Things are in the works in the background that will hopefully help you learn more about the world of cord cutting and help you get the most out of your cord cutting experience. So Roku did a study. They paid for a professionally done study that said 98% of cord cutters who use Roku say they will never go back to cable TV. 2/3 of all cord cutters said they wish they had done it sooner. So for all this talk about how cord cutting is just too expensive nowadays, seems like cord cutters are very interested in cutting the cord and we're very happy with it. So let me know what you think, what your experience is. I'll love to hear from you. And it's great to see everybody here. Mike, Richard, Johnny, Tom, Reggie, Barb, Mark, Danny, just to name a few of the people pouring in. It looks like the notification went out quickly today. A lot of people in here. So thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate it. All right, evening, Chris, Claire. It's good to have you all here. So if you have a question, leave it in the comments. If I don't answer it right away, I probably missed it when I was answering another question. So please re-ask your question. And we're going to do our best to help you get the most out of your cord cutting experience. All right, so IPTV services shut down today. Police in multiple countries raided a IPTV service that was the backbone for many different services that are being resold. According to the police, at the time they raided it, 800,000 people were streaming content, and they seized accounts for over 50 million people using IPTV services. Absolutely stunning. Now, this is not all IPTV services. I've seen the comments, even got some people emailing how that's fake news because their particular service is still running. That is true. Not all IPTV services have shut down, but one of the largest backbones has been taken offline. And put this into perspective, 50 million subscribers compared to in the United States, there's about 80-some million traditional cable TV subscribers. That's a significant portion of TV viewers around the world. And then you take a look at the fact that a lot of websites and servers have gone offline. It'll be very interesting to see the long-term repercussions of this. The police, of course, are trying to make this out to be very big, that they've got all this information, they've got names and whatever maybe of resellers, and they can go after that. So it'll be interesting to see what the future of IPTV is after this major bust. Don't think it's going away, but it's definitely taken a major blow. So we'll see what happens. I know people are like, oh, you shut down one, 20 more will pop up. Well, most people used this particular company. This is how many services popped up. And when you take out the backbone, it makes it much harder for people to go there. And if they start prosecuting thousands of resellers, how many people are going to be willing to do that again? We'll have to wait and see. Hello, Reliance, Larry, Jimmy, Angela. Martin, everybody, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining as a member. Your support's a huge help. All right, so there's a few of the stories. Roku's new study, IPTV shutdown, maybe another blackout coming to Dish and AT&T with NBC Sports Chicago there. Let me know what you want to talk about. And don't forget, we have a giveaway going on right now. Right now, you can win a Channel Master Stream Plus DVR, a smart antenna from Channel Master, and a $100 Hulu gift card. Just put a link in the show notes if you want to enter the giveaway. Many ways to do that. Link in the show notes, link in the chat right there. Have I heard about the new streaming box from Comcast? Well, it's not really new. It's been around a while. The Flex streaming player from Comcast used to cost you $5 a month. It's basically a Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV like streaming player, but Comcast was charging you a fee. Well, today Comcast announced that they're going to drop that fee. If you're a Comcast Internet customer, you can get their streaming player for free. It's effectively though the Xfinity operating system, the X1 operating system, in a Roku-like streaming player. Doesn't quite have, I think, all the services that like a Roku would have, but it's got most of the major ones. So keep that in mind. So let me know what you think. What is up with the Fire TV Cube being so slow? Yeah, so the older Fire TV Cube was a little bit underpowered. The new one, which they just announced are taking pre-orders for, is a huge step up from the older version. So keep that in mind. Why does AT&T have so many blackouts and channels? Because they didn't get contract rights to that stuff. Oh, another major story happening in the world of TV right now is AT&T, according to the Wall Street Journal, is exploring separating themselves, aka selling or spinning off DirecTV satellite. Now, not all AT&T services, TV services would shut down, but DirecTV satellite service is reportedly up for sale, or at least being considered to be put up for sale, I should say, by AT&T. So we'll have to see what happens. All right, Luke, tell me about Vidgo. So Vidgo is a new live TV streaming service coming out sometime in the next little bit, hopefully. They'll have a beta test going on. We got an early look at it last week where we were really able to break it down. It's a pretty nice streaming service. We'll have to see when the release date comes. All the channels are included. All the features are there. So for now, though, I was very impressed and look forward to seeing another competitor enter the field there. But other than the fact that we've seen it, they're taking beta testers right now. There's really no news about Vidgo at this moment. We are talking with the company if there is new news coming out, we will make sure to cover it over at corecarsnews.com. All right, keep the new questions coming. Is there any news what is a good remote to control TV and Roku and all in one option? Well, most new Roku remotes include the ability to control the volume and power on and off your TV. If you want more, you can always get something like a side click remote, which will mount to the side of your antenna, or it's been a long day. I started work at 6 o'clock this morning. And to your Roku remote and allow you to go from there. You could look at like a Logitech Harmony remote as another option too. Tom says Dish might buy DirecTV. I'm not so sure about that. Both Dish and AT&T have kind of said they fear that that the DOJ would not approve that merger. But it is true that AT&T is considering it, and Dish has said they would love to buy it. They just don't think they're going to get legal approval to buy it. All right. Don't think DirecTV and the satellite services will go streaming like AT&T. AT&T TV is basically DirecTV streaming for the most part. We'll have to see how that plays out. Why doesn't Sling add Fox News or Fox Business? They're very expensive, and Sling TV says they're trying to keep their costs down. John, I don't understand your question. Re-ask it. Give me a little bit more details. SpaceX buy DirecTV? I mean, it could happen. I mean, really, it'll be interesting because almost anybody could buy DirecTV right now. What's the best service that provides live TV out there? The only one that would offer PBS, and that's coming later this fall, would be YouTube TV. But all others depend on where you live. PlayStation Vue, YouTube TV, AT&T TV Now, Hulu, and more all offer locals. There may be one or two missing depending on where you live. Hulu pushes that over 90% of all their subscribers get all 4 major locals. Of course, you can always supplement that with an antenna. PBS is readily available out there for free. JC, we have heard from multiple readers that IPTV services have been shut down. If you go find our video that we did earlier today, you'll find comments in there from many people who said their IPTV service stopped working today following the raids. PlayStation Vue, yep. YouTube TV, yep. But again, it depends on where you live. Most of them should be there. The truth is, even if you get your locals with a service, you probably should have an antenna because it will give you additional locals that you wouldn't get with a service. All those sub channels and more are available there. Even if you have an antenna, or with an antenna, will give you even more. I made a show today. Oh, was it good news or bad news? So, Foul Di Franco show today. What, good or bad news? Do you like our story or not? I'd love to hear from you. I didn't realize I made the show today there, Tonto. Let me know what they say. Let's see here. Mute. See if I can find that reference there. All right, jump back into the things. Can I name some? They're all in there. I would have to go back and read it. I'm doing the Q&A live right now, but I think Gears Reloaded got locked down. Some others ones got knocked down too. And got to remember is a lot of these IPTV services are just resellers. What they do is they took this code stream site, they took their package because this company resold these pre-made IPTV services. They took them, put their own name on them, and sent it there. So it was pretty cool system for them because it was a layer, right? They were the resellers, and then other people would go be the sellers of it. Well, what happens when the backbone went down, all these people who were resellers lost the back end of it and could no longer offer it. So keep that in mind. What do I think about the Roku 3? I think the Roku 3 is a good service or device there. It's starting to show its age slightly, but I find that most apps, most services work great on a Roku 3. If you have a Roku 3 and you're happy with it, there's no reason to upgrade. If you're looking at buying a Roku, the Roku 3 is now 2 generations, maybe 3 generations at this point behind. I would get one of the newer Rokus because you'll pay about the same amount of money, but the newer current generation ones are a huge improvement over the older generations. So check that out. All right. Antennas only work for 30% of the country. That's not true, Paul. According to studies, 90% of Americans will get their locals, according to multiple studies. Now, here's the problem. You get locals, but do you get all of them is the big question. And saying 90% of Americans get your locals still leaves like 20 million people without locals, so keep that in mind. Kyle says he's sick, but he's still here. I hope you didn't have that cold that's going around. I got it. My wife got it. I think my daughter gave it to all of us. That's a hard cold to get rid of. So thank you to everybody for your support there getting better, and I hope you get better too. The Film Detective was added to the Stir app today. Yep, it's been such a busy day. I haven't got a story out on that yet. That's on my list for tomorrow. What Roku do you recommend replacing a Roku 3? Well, the Roku 3 used to be the high-end Roku when it was released. So I would recommend getting like a Roku Ultra. That would be my recommendation for you. All right. If I didn't answer your question, please re-ask it. I'll do my best to answer it. Can I clarify if TiVo wants to insert ads into customers' recordings? I mean, they always have had ads on the menus and stuff. So, I mean, there's always been ads there. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Just wondering if NFL Thursday night games are only on the NFL Network. This week's NFL game is on the NFL Network for Thursday night. Starting next week, they switch over to Fox, and then they'll be streaming for free on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, they'll be streaming with Amazon Prime. And then after that, if you have an antenna, you can get it on Fox. Reading and talking is always the easiest thing to do. Do you know when Fox is selling their channels? Fox has already sold their channels. 21st Century Fox has been sold to Disney. The Fox Regional Sports Networks have been sold to Sinclair. Fox News, Fox Business, FS1, FS2, and the regional and the local Fox stations are still owned by a new Fox entity, but by the same people with Fox. All right, any streaming plans, not MVPDs, get mainstream sports. No, if you want legal live TV sports, you need to get something like Hulu, PlayStation Vue, YouTube TV, etc. Hello, Ed. I'm not that. Is there any streaming services that offer old movies? This Centra collection. What's it? How do you say it? Somebody. What's that new streaming service? The Centric. It's like on the back of my brain. I know it starts with a C, and I'm blanking out on the name of it. Somebody help me out here. What was the name of that service that relaunched after they broke up with Turner Classic Movies that has a ton of classic movies? Help me out there. NYC says it's surreal seeing SmackDown ads on Fox. Yes, SmackDown is coming to Fox. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. So keep the questions coming. We'll love to hear from you. All right, let me... All right, jumping back there. Will Vidgo have local channels? Maybe some. We'll have to wait and see. They do have some in the beta, but they haven't said which locals they'll have or more. We'll have to wait until they get closer to launch before we learn more about that. The Centron channel, Citrion's channel, I hope I'm saying that correctly, but that's a great service with a ton of classic movies out there. I have an antenna in my attic and our house. It's at the bottom of a hill, so sometimes it's hard. Yeah, if you live in a valley or bottom of a hill, that can definitely limit reception. When I cut the cord, I actually lived in a valley in the middle of the Mark Twain National Forest, and over there TV was very difficult. But quickly, that was resolved when we moved. I moved to the area. Now I get almost 50 channels free over there. Is Vidgo the one with DAZN? Yeah, you can bundle DAZN. They're just kind of a reseller of DAZN. I don't think they own them or partnered with the owners of DAZN at all. Is there any free legal way to stream all NFL games? No. There are some legal ways to stream some games on mobile devices, like Yahoo streams your local game. Games are locally aired in your area. Twitch will legally stream some Thursday night football games that air on Fox, but to get all NFL games legally, you have to pay money. All right, so if I didn't answer your question, please re-ask them. And don't forget, we have a giveaway going on right now. That's the chart of all the different live TV streaming services. Let me get the giveaway, because we're giving away a Channel Master DVR, an antenna from Channel Master for your over-there DVR, and a $100 Hulu gift card. I just put a link in the show notes right there. It's the second link. Check that out. Enter the giveaway. All kinds of great content there. We really appreciate it. Good evening, Luke. I was hoping been watching on TV, but wanted to comment on Roku. Yeah, about Roku. Let me know what your comment is, Jeff. Luke or Jess, do you have the release date for the new Nvidia Shield? The new Nvidia Shield has been reported, kind of seen in some FCC filings, but nothing's official. There is no release date. I would suspect maybe if we don't get it this fall, maybe at CES. Nvidia often announces new products at CES in January. So it may not come out this year. We may be waiting until next year to get the new Nvidia Shield. Any news on File adding more channels? No, and they're kind of boxing themselves in, because if they don't take news and they don't take sports, most of the remaining channels out there won't work with them because their parent companies have news and sports channels. And typically, companies like Disney and Fox say, if you want our channels, you have to also agree to carry our sports and news channels. Does Hulu with Live TV carry Fox Live channel in my area? It offers all the locals, but it may vary for where you live. So keep that in mind. Pluto TV has the NFL, but they're classic games. Yeah, Pluto TV has a great NFL channel with a lot of highlight shows and classic games and documentaries about the NFL football, but it doesn't air live football. Welcome. It's never too late to come in. Been having problems with NFL Game Pass? I would contact the NFL if you're having problems with that. I played around with it a little bit for a trial period, did not have problems, so I would reach out to them. Will BET Plus be on Roku? I believe so. Yes, it launched today, and I believe it's going to be on most major streaming players. Will YouTube TV begin more channels such as VH1 and ESPN? YouTube TV does have ESPN, and I thought I had VH1, but I'll have to double check that. Jess, can you remind me, does YouTube TV have VHS there? Let me know. Did AT&T get a deal done with Disney? It seems like they've got a temporary deal, an extended temporary deal, but doesn't seem to be permanent. Both sides have declined to comment about the deal, but at this time, they're saying that most deals right now, or they've taken down all the warnings, I should say, about the deal, about the need to strike a new deal. So that tells us that some type of temporary deal is in place, but they have completely refused to comment on how long that deal is good for. Did you by any chance get to try out any ATSC 3.0? I have seen ATSC 3.0 at different trade shows and controlled demos, but haven't seen it working in the wild, so keep that in mind. But ATSC 3.0, Sinclair says they still intend to get some markets live this year, so we'll see what happens there. All right, that's Brian says VH1 is not on YouTube TV or Viacom channels. For some reason, I thought it was. There's so many to keep track of, but I do know YouTube TV does have ESPN. So if you're looking for ESPN, YouTube TV has all the ESPN channels for the most part. I don't think they have classic ESPN. VH1 is on Philo if you want to pair Philo with that as an option too. So is Fox just going to be streaming? No, the Fox family still owns FS1, FS2, Fox News, Fox Business, Fox Regional Sport, Fox local TV stations are still owned by Fox. Everything else, the Fox Regional Sports Networks, FX, the National Geographic, and more have been sold. Oh, Fox still controls the majority of the Big Ten network too. So the majority of the Big Ten network is owned by Fox. Luke, the Big Bang Theory is moving to HBO Max. Will be the only place to legally stream it. It'll be the only place to legally stream it as part of a subscription service. You'll still be able to buy like a season pass for it if you so choose to do that. But you can't, if you go buy a season of it, you will be able to do it. You'll be able to watch your content that way. All right, is the Nvidia Shield really the big deal I hear about? It's a great streaming player. And I know a lot of people like the fact that it's Android, so you can do a lot of modding to it and stuff. But I would say it's very well on par with Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. So if you want it, get it. Used to be you would say, oh, the Nvidia Shield's great, but it's missing some big apps, no Hulu Live, this or that. In the recent year or so, they've really stepped up their game for app support. Still not quite to the Roku line if you're looking for the live legal stuff, but it's a very good streaming player, very powerful, great for gaming. And the app support has been dramatically improved over the last year or so. Discovery channels were added to YouTube TV in May. Viacom channels were added to Fubo TV in May. Fubo TV was the service that added Viacom channels, so keep that in mind. Is there a new TiVo coming out? Yes, the TiVo Edge has been all but confirmed is coming out, and it does look like it will have a version for antennas. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Works well with antenna and Roku. The only downside with TiVo, even though they said a Roku app will be coming where you'll be able to stream your antenna to your Roku, it's not here yet. So if streaming it to your Roku is very important, you may want to look at something like an HD Home Run, a TiVo, those kind of DVRs there. Hello, Tom. Cubs are leaving NBC Sports Chicago. You are right. That's probably part of the reason why there's a negotiation issue. Probably NBC Chicago wants the same amount of money, and AT&T and Dish are saying, but you don't have the Cubs anymore. So we'll see. TBS does have the Big Bang Theory and got an extension on that, because remember, TBS is also owned by Warner Media, who will own HBO Max. HBO Max now will be getting an exclusive as a streaming service. So you'll still be able to buy like season passes, but if you want it as part of a streaming service in, 2021? Was it 2020 or 2021? I can't remember. Big Bang Theory become an exclusive to HBO Max's streaming service, and will also be streaming on TBS. Will TiVo start to have more streaming services? Your guess is as good as mine. They have not said yes or no on that. Yes, Android TVs, which is what Nvidia Shield runs, now has Hulu with Live TV. It was added just last month. Any word on TiVo's, or T-Mobile, Live TV streaming service for cord cutters are supposed to come out? No, has not been updated recently. No news on it. Last we heard, they still intended to launch it, but they've been awfully quiet about it recently. Hi from Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks for the updates. Good job. Thank you, Mario. I hope I said that right. I butchered your names. I apologize. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. All right. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really does help us if you're new here. See a lot of new faces. We post cord cutting videos almost every day. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. It's a huge help. A little update. Next week I won't be here, but Jess will be here. Keep that in mind. Jess is going to be doing the Q&A next week, as I'll be doing a little bit of traveling. So check that out. I am going to quickly play a little 15-second ad because it helps pay the bills so I can pay Jess. So hang in here if you're about to see this. Wait one moment. We'll be right back after this ad. And also, don't forget about the giveaway. We're giving away a Channel Master DVR, a Channel Master antenna, and a $100 Hulu gift card. Link in the show notes that I just put down below and in the comments if you want to enter the giveaway. Great opportunity to support Cord Cutters News. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Many different ways to enter. The more you do, the more entries you get, but you don't have to do all of them. So check that out. Link in the comments down below. All right, welcome back, everybody. So Colin asks, are there any great cord cutting deals for students? There are many. Many services offer student packages, including NFL Sunday Ticket has a student version, a streaming version, which I think is, like 80 some bucks. It's a significant discount versus traditional cost of that. So check that out. And anybody else who knows a good student discount on a streaming service, leave it in the comments and we'll kind of help everybody out here. Has the lossless Amazon Music gone live? I think it is live now in select areas for testing. Let me know if anybody's tested it out. Luke, how's the weather down here? It's actually a little warm, a little muggy. We're right kind of on the edge of that tropical storm that's moving into Texas. And they're kind of like, okay, if this goes a little bit this way, we could get 3 inches of rain. If it goes a little bit that way, we're going to get 1 inch of rain. So we're kind of waiting to see if we're going to get 1 inch of rain, if we're going to get like 3 or 4 inches of rain. I kind of hope we get the rain. I just kind of hope we don't get 4 inches of rain in a day. Students can get a discount on Amazon Prime. Yep, that's a great one. Yes, remember, we're here to focus on cord cutting, folks. Sling TV says it wants to help keep the cost down by not adding Fox or Fox Business. Why not add it and add to the news and add-on packages? Well, you have to get Fox to agree to allow them to put it into a news add-on. The problem with that is typically Fox wants Fox News and Fox Business in the basic package, which means that Sling TV would probably have to raise the cost of the basic package. So I have to wait and see. Aaron says you can get the student Spotify account, which gives you Hulu with ads and Showtime for $4.99. Aaron, can you confirm that deal is still good? For some reason, I thought that deal expired, or maybe it was the other Hulu Spotify partnership that expired. Let me know if somebody have a link to that to show that that deal is still live. Do I need special equipment to stream Amazon's lossless service? No. It will stream on all the Amazon ones. You may not be able to get a full experience out of it if you don't have a good quality stereo system. Does Amazon Prime free service Edward, I don't think Amazon Prime has a free streaming service. Or are you talking about IMDb TV? I think you're probably talking about that. IMDb TV does not have live TV channels right now, but it has been reported that IMDb TV, which is owned by IMDb, which is owned by Amazon, is looking into offering live channels like Pluto TV and the Roku do. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But for now, that's only reports and rumors, not confirmed at this time. As HBO Max inches closer to release, what will become of HBO Now and HBO Go? AT&T has said HBO Now and HBO Go will remain. And how exactly will that play out? Will they lower the cost of HBO? Will there be different content? Will, for instance, HBO Max not give you all the new HBO content? We'll have to wait and see. They say at the end of October, AT&T is holding a big event to give more details about HBO Max. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. Okay, Jess just said the Spotify student deal is still up. Hey, Jess, make a note of that. Let's do an updated post for all the new students that are going back to college right now. What happened to IPTV today? A major reseller got knocked offline. 50 million IPTV subscribers around the world lost their IPTV services today. As a reseller who worked through third parties. So this was the company who had the backend. This was the company that took care of payments and this backend servers, and then would sell kits to resellers for people to go around and sell their TV services. They got shut down. So it'll be very interesting to see how that works out. All right, everybody. If you have a question, leave me a comment. We'll love to hear from you. If I haven't answered your question, re-ask your question so I can break it down today for you. All right. Let me go back here. Do you think Netflix will ever offer live TV? Netflix has been pretty clear that they're not interested in live TV right now. They don't really see that as a profit center. The margins are so small. Remember, a lot of the IP or the live TV streaming services that are out there are also partnered with major media companies or other cable partners that they can use the contracts to launch. Netflix would have to do it from scratch. Apple and Amazon both tried to launch a live TV streaming service with cable networks. Both ended up walking away from it after saying, you know what, after testing this out, it just didn't make financial sense. They ran into issues of people wanting to pay more than what their competitors would have been paying. So they walked away from it. I think Netflix kind of looked at that situation and said, this just is not worth it for us. So we'll see how this all plays out. It'll be very interesting. Comcast is updating internet speeds tomorrow. Yes, for some areas, Comcast has been recently increasing the speed of their internet service. Now, it depends on where you live. Some people will get a free upgrade, some people won't. We'll see. Hello, Google JJ. Good to have you here. Is there any news with AT&T now possibly getting NFL Network back? No, AT&T has not said anything about them re-adding NFL Network to their other services. Currently, the only AT&T service with the NFL Network is DirecTV. All right. Tom says he's using Vidgo, but not a fan. Why, Tom? But also remember, it is in beta. They're very clear they're still working on the service. Luke, which streaming services would complement YouTube TV? One of the streaming services that could be valuable. I mean, if you're looking for something to add in addition to it and you're looking for more channels, Philo may be what you want. That's what I hear from a lot of people. Any news about T-Mobile TV, the new streaming service that's supposed to take on Sling TV, Hulu, and PlayStation Vue? No, they've been very quiet recently about that. And it definitely raises questions about how serious they are. You know, are they going to be able to pull this off? We'll have to wait and see. I saw Microsoft's come out with a new Xbox. Do you have a release date? No, I don't believe they're releasing it this year at all. They may announce it this year, but I don't believe the new Xbox is coming out this year. The new PlayStation 5 has been teased, but it's not coming out this year either. All right, keep the comments coming. What's in the cup? Just water today. Nothing but water. When you talk for an hour straight, it is very drying on the throat. Plus, it's allergy season, so I drink water during the Q&A. John says, good evening, Luke. I love your channel. Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate it. He goes on to say, I cut the cord on cable and love it. I love YouTube TV, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. Have a safe trip next week. Thanks, John. Yeah, you know, your very typical 3 or 4 services is the average right now for cord cutters. It's really funny. I'm seeing a growing number of people on Twitter post like, look, there's like 10 streaming services to pick from. Look how much that cost. I saw, for instance, CNN's entertainment editor go in on that. And what I find funny about that is A, it's CNN, which has a vested interest in the failure of cord cutting. B, you know, most cord cutters don't subscribe to all that. And when you looked at it, you know, it had things like HBO and Showtime and more, which you would have to go pay for with cable anyways. And then you add in other things like, you know, CBS All Access, HBO Max, Disney Plus. Well, that's content you can't get with cable. So this idea that just going back to cable will get you everything you want just isn't true, because it just doesn't work that way. I saw NBC's Peacock streaming service will include existing cable subscribers. Yeah, we'll have to learn a little bit more. There's going to be different tiers by what we're hearing. Would they get full access to everything? But it does sound like NBC is hoping to use the Peacock streaming service to encourage cable subscribers, and then they'll charge cord cutters a little bit more. Luke, Badgers or Wolverine or Michigan on Saturday? You know, that's a good one. 2 very good teams. I think Michigan has a lot of talent. If they can clean up the mistakes, they're going to win. I think if Michigan goes in there, doesn't turn over the ball, they should win. If they play like they did last week and they turn over the ball 4 times, they're going to lose. So it really comes down to that. So Michigan's defense is very good against the run, which I think will help them. And we'll see. So that's the non-cord cutting question. It's my prediction. No turnovers equals a Michigan win. If they turn the ball over again like they did last week, they will lose in Wisconsin. Friendly has the 3 Hallmark channels. Yeah, Friendly is a great new streaming service, still in beta, slowly rolling out. Luke, will you ever sell your Boxy Box? Actually, I don't own a Boxy Box. I wish I did. That's quite the collector's item. They're kind of expensive out here, but I don't think it really works anymore for most of the stuff on it. Tom says, Luke, Starry fixed wireless broadband internet is expanding in Denver. I'll have to find that out. But yeah, they are expanding into new areas. Slowly but surely, they've been coming out. And it's a great internet service if you can get it. All right, keep the questions coming. I got about 10 more minutes. Got to get off about 10 minutes early today because I have to get my daughter in bed. It's been one of those days. Reliance says, I just signed for Fubo. It's been great so far. Yeah, Fubo's great. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that it's missing ESPN and Disney channels, but if you don't care about ESPN, it's a pretty good lineup with a very solid service. Plus, it offers 4K and select channels. I only have Hulu and Amazon Prime. Yeah, the vast majority of cord cutters have less than I think it was 10 or 3 services. 90% more have 4 or fewer services. Luke, can you talk about the Xfinity news? Yeah, so Comcast announced that their streaming player, which they had been charging $5 a month for, will be free if you're an internet customer. What does this mean on Roku? I don't think it means anything on Roku. The Comcast streaming player is basically their cable device turned into a streaming player. And it's just missing. It just does not have the app support Roku has. You can't get many live TV streaming services with it. If you want a live TV service, you have to get Comcast service. It's an attempt to lock cord cutters into their Comcast service by saying, hey, if you have our internet, we will give you a free cable box, basically, for your streaming service. So no, I don't think Comcast's stream player will have any long-term impact on Roku or Apple or the Fire TV. Luke, T-Vision has reportedly slowed their growth because of internet connectivity issues. Have you heard about that? No, I haven't. But I am beginning to wonder about what T-Mobile's plans are for the future of TV. Any update on YouTube TV coming to the Fire TV? Yeah. No, Amazon and Google are still saying sometime this year YouTube TV will come to the Fire TV, but they haven't said when. Could be tomorrow, could be December 29th, for all we know. All right, I have an Amazon Prime Pluto TV and OTA antenna. Yeah, a growing number of cord cutters are starting to use free services, get 1 or 2 paid services, and they use free ones like Pluto TV, the Roku channel, IMDb TV, Zumo TV, and more to supplement their lineup, which is a pretty good deal there. Hey, look, any comment about IBC? No, really nothing to say there. Is it against the rules to have Hulu at a different location? No, but they will limit your ability to use live TV outside your home area. Gary, we don't really promote pirate services here. Why is BTN blocking out BTN games? I subscribe through the iOS app. BTN Plus is only content that's not available on the BTN network. So if you want like the Big Ten network content, like the football games that air on the cable network, you need a service like Hulu, PlayStation Vue, YouTube TV, etc. So remember that. All right. I recently dropped Netflix. Larry, why did you drop Netflix? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And again, I see a lot of new people here. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It's a huge help to us. We would really appreciate it. One campus says he is a recent cord cutter, and he's very happy. Yeah, Roku did a big study, and they said 98% of the cord cutters they talked to said they would never go back to cable TV, basically. So it seems like cord cutters are very, very happy. Doesn't Philo also have the 3 Hallmark channels? Yes, Philo does include Hallmark also. All right, so 5 more minutes. Keep the questions coming. I'll do my best to answer them. Huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed recently. We just broke 100,000. Let me see where we are right now. Grab my phone. We're almost at 103,000. It's been less than a week since we hit 100,000. Huge thank you to everybody for your support. Cannot believe the growth with so many new people joining. Thank you. If you're one of the newer subscribers, I really appreciate it. We really started trying to grow the channel about a year ago, and we're already at 100,000. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Tom says, Luke, is PlayStation Vue struggling to grow? Yes, according to reports, PlayStation Vue's growth is slowing. There's multiple reports starting to come up. We'll have more about this later. That PlayStation Vue is now falling behind things like Philo. So, and I really wonder about how serious Sony is about PlayStation Vue. They've pretty much completely dropped all ads for PlayStation Vue. They haven't been promoting PlayStation Vue recently. Last year, they had all kinds of cable ads around football season and more. This year, none. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. M says, when's the next time you live stream? So we live stream the Q&A every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We do the Q&A. Every Thursday at right around noon Eastern, sometimes slightly later because of the scheduling, like a minute or two after noon. Jess and I do a weekly podcast live on YouTube where for about an hour we talk about the biggest stories in the world of cord cutting. So yeah, every Thursday at noon, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Plus we do daily videos here at Cord Cutters News every most days, Monday through Saturday. We have an update plus additional cord cutting videos throughout the week. Luke, you should share your YouTube play button. Yeah, we have to wait to get it. They say it can take like 8 weeks or more to get your play button. But when that comes in, we'll make sure to do something special so everybody can see it. I'd love to see Philo buy PlayStation Vue. That probably won't happen, but who knows what will happen. XGC Chicago says he cut the cord about a year ago and did it. Was paying $230 a month for cable. And it was really funny because I was reading a story about this great author and CNN's tweeting out, oh, look, you're going to pay like $80 for cord cutting. You might as well get cable. But then you talk to people and they're like paying $200-$300 or more sometimes for it. Larry says his DirecTV bill was $80 a month. And he's brought it down to it was $235 a month. He brought it down to just $80 a month. What do I think about Dish Network maybe getting their hands on DirecTV? Honestly, I don't think it's a bad idea for the companies. The reality is having Dish and DirecTV merged would make them competitive going forward because they've been exceptionally hard hit by the growth of cord cutting. So we'll wait and see. All right, some people are saying they used to pay $300 for cable. Other people are saying they're paying $170 for cable at the time. So yeah, cable is ridiculously expensive. Am I going to do an interview with any antennas companies this year like I did last year? We are kind of looking at getting some interviews going. It's on my list of things to make happen. So we'll wait and see how that all comes together. All right, everybody, I'm going to wrap this up. I know we're going to cut this off at about the 50-minute mark. I got some stuff I got to do. But let me know if you have any questions. Make sure to visit our cord cutting group on Facebook, Cord Cutting Tech Support. Look for a group called Cord Cutting Tech Support. It's got over 60,000 people. Check that out. But here's a quick question before I go. John says, are there any military discounts for military service members out there? Anybody know of any legal streaming services that offer a military discount? Let me know. All right, everybody, but a huge thank you to for your support. I'm going to play a quick 15-second ad again because I have to pay Jess's paycheck. So hang in here, 15 seconds. We'll come back. We'll chat a little bit, then we'll call it a day. While we're doing that, I see some people saying they used to pay $189 for TV. Craig says his bill was as high as $273 for TV and cable. And a lot of people are saying they've dramatically cut their bills, so that's great to see. What new cord cutting services am I looking forward to get? Probably Disney Plus, to be honest with you. But I'm going to be testing out all the new services. Everybody remember, Jess will be doing the Q&A next week because I will be out of town. Remember that. All right, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to everybody who's been subscribing. 100,000 subscribers and counting. Huge thank you. I really appreciate it. We got a lot happening this week. There's going to be a lot happening next week. So check back. We'll be here every day pretty much with a YouTube video. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. We would really appreciate it. All right, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, noon Eastern, Jess and I will have our podcast. Take care, everybody.